I've been getting a lot of messages and DMs of wanting a ground tutorial, so this is what this video is going to be about. And this guy's going to be my bait because I need to show you how people are going to be tagging and how they're thinking.
Yup.
Because a lot of people on ground, alright, the only way you're going to be juking them is if you know what they're thinking. So you have to predict what they're doing. All their movements. So I'm going to be showing you how to do that in this video. So for the start of this video, if we're doing a ground tutorial, I got to show you movement first on how I run at least. Now I'm not a very fast player, but the way I move around people is what keeps me alive sometimes while I'm on the ground. So one thing I'm gonna do, first I'm gonna show you how I run. So this hand right here, kind of think it as like two circles. One right here in front of you, and another one right here. Except this one goes this way. I mean, they're both going the same direction. They're kind of going like this, but you're gonna be taking turns. So this one pulls you, this one's gonna push you. So this one's gonna kind of be like a giant oval. This one's gonna be a giant circle. This one's gonna be pulling you. This one's gonna be pushing you. And you gotta take turns doing it, so you gotta keep your momentum, and then you keep pushing, you go faster and faster. Now, one thing that I like to do is I like to stare at the lava. So pretend this fireplace is a lava right here. I always circle around them like this, because one thing they're gonna do, a lot of them will just stand here waiting for you to cut back, and you can just keep going. So Coolness, come over here. So start chasing me. Pretend this guy's a lava.
I'm genuinely trying my hardest to chase them, by the way.
And then you cut back, because they're gonna be impatient. So once they think you're gonna keep straight lining, yeah, they're gonna start trying to cut you off. And then at that point, say Coolness is right here. I'm running. He's trying to cut me off. That's when I cut back, and he'll end up going that way. That gives me a little distance. I'm like, with that distance. Now I stay on the ground, but I recommend you to instantly get up and go do something like you'd normally do. This ground tutorial is kind of just to give you spacing in between the monkeys, because staying on the ground when there's 4 guys on you, say you're last, is not the safest option. If he's still chasing me, like, keep coming. You can keep this and say if this guy's last, you can just keep running straight on the ground. But if they got boost, yeah, nah, you're gonna have to figure out ways to get around them. So let me show you something. So notice how people they call this like the crab run, where they're going like this, because you know it's in front of you, you can see them still. You do this back and forth. What I want to teach you guys is how to not just keep your hands. A lot of you like to keep your hands in one spot and keep running like this. I need to show you guys how to switch them. So you go running this way, and then you run this way. So one thing, if you're gonna start leading with this hand, like this, you gotta learn how to quickly flick over here so you can switch the positioning of your arms and run this way, so your right hand is leading instead of your left. So say my left hand is leading right now. Now I cut back over here. Now my left hand I use to hit, so I can switch to my right hand and keep running this way. Now one thing, if you do it quick, it's gonna look like this. It's gonna look a little weird just going in zigzag. And you gotta do it quick. So what I like to do, in order to switch my direction, I like to go over here, and then once I get right here, I like to flick like that kinda. So it goes like this. And then flick, and then you're going over here. But notice how when I do flick, I'm not going like this and going straight over here, because they're just gonna be able to tag me. If they do try to predict me, I notice when I'm flicking, I'm still going like backwards. I'm not flicking left or right. I'm still going behind me, so I can still keep the distance. So if they do fall for that, I can go straight over here. Also, a lot of thing about ground is head positioning, because a lot of people try to predict you. Say if this guy right here is chasing me, right? I'm running over here. One thing I like to do is I like to look at the wall but not go up, because then they think I'm going to go up the wall and I can just keep running. Same thing over here. If they start chasing you and you're grounded around over here, go like this. Just go on the wall, but don't go up it. Just keep going. They're going to, if they do keep chasing you, they're going to be hugging against the wall like this. They're going to be following exactly what you're doing. None of them are going to do this unless they're smart. But even if they do try to cut you off this way, this is when you can just go onto the wall, because now they're over there. Now, if they do chase you going this way, like say Coolness is a lava monkey, and they're coming over here, a lot of them are what they're going to do is they're going to start going on the wall, and then they'll come down and chase you, which will give you distance to go over here and do whatever you need to do. Go branches or whatever. If you decide to stay on ground, you're probably dead, but if you decide to stay on ground over here, one thing to do, if you don't want to touch these branches over here, you can always, head movement like I just showed you. Head movement to fake them out. So like what I like to do is, like if I'm running, I like to go like this, and then see if there's a branch right here. I like to go like this hit myself down and keep running, because if anything, the lava behind you, what happens a lot of the time, they jump up. They're trying to cut you off. And if you stand down here, you can just keep going. That gains your distance. Now, even if they don't do that, and they do exactly what you do, if you do it first and react faster, they're not going to be able to keep up with you. They're going to react later. A mistake a lot of people do is when there's a lava chasing them, is when they try to juke, they do this all the time. But look if I just do this, if you run straight, they're going to end up tagging. They're going to catch up. If you keep zigzagging back and forth, pretend this, zigzag back and forth. This is all I have to do. You're tagged. See? Now, a lot of people like to do that, and a lot of people, if they figure out they're going to do this, you can also use that as reverse psychology in a way. Because if you start doing this, they're going to end up going straight. So you do 1, 2, keep going straight, because they're going to wait for you, because they're going to be waiting for you to cut back. Now, Coolness start chasing me. So now if you time it well, it's going to look like this. Also, switching the arms also baits them too, because if they learn how you move, they're going to start learning that every time you switch your arms, that's the direction you're moving. So what I like to do sometimes is I like to do this. Say Coolness is chasing me, I like to do this, switch my arms this way, make them think I'm going over there, and then reality, just switch them back so I can keep going over here. That also baits them. It's all about movement. They're trying to predict you. So you got to think what that lava monkey is thinking. Oh, no. Also, one thing, say Coolness, get above me and stay up there. So say lava is chasing me, come here. And I'm running over here. What a lot of people like to do is whip down. The thing is, the lava, like Coolness over here, is a decoy. They're going to stay up here and be looking around. They're going to be doing this to see where you are. A lot of them like to wait and bounce from side to side to see where you're going to go next because they think you're going up. So what Coolness is going to do is he's going to keep looking at me, and then he's going to end up wandering around. That's the time you can use to get distance on the ground. And that's, if they're going to keep staying above you or get grounded, that's when you can go up. You lure them down onto the ground, that's when you get up. Because you do not want to stay on the ground if it's going to be that much faster than you would boost. So get that back up there. So Coolness is up there, right? And he's the tagger. He peeks his head over here. I'm going to run over here. He's going to go the other way, right? You go back and run. Just book it. Because now it's going to take him time to catch up and see where you're going to go. That's called a blind spot. A lot of thing on ground is if they're above you, like say for a platform or something, you can just keep staying down here, waiting to see where they're going to go, try to cut you off, and then run in his direction because they're not going to know where you are. You're in their blind spot. And if they come down to you, you run to any closest place you can and scale up because now they're grounded with you. Now you can get above them. The thing about jukes, people think you can just do this and then you'll be fine or something. But if you're ever going to be in like against really good players or like, you know, people who like to cheat sometimes in public lobbies, to be honest, it's going to be a lot. Or if you're playing ranked, they're going to be good players. You can't just do this, juke, they're there. They're going to catch up instantly. So what you want to do is if they're going to be catching up, one thing, you got to time your cutbacks. You can't just be spamming them like I told you like this and hoping that you're going to juke them. You have to time them. So like wait until he's getting close. Wait until you know he's going to be impatient to tag you. So like you're straight lining it. And then you cut back quick. So come here and say if I'm doing this, like I told you, you got to time it. If you're going to keep going straight like this, he's going to want to cut you off. Then you go over here. And it just gives you distance, but not a lot. So you got to do something. Once you get that distance, you get up and do something. And now showing you all these techniques, I'm going to show you the way I use them. So I'll show you. Watch. The Ground King. No, I'm kidding. Don't edit that part in. But...